Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Loan Officer Breakfast Club. July 16th, 2025, my friends. We continue to march through the year. Steve, can you believe it? It's already halfway through July. This is ridiculous. You know what we got? We don't have Kristen here to put the flux capacitor into the chat.
Let's see. Surely someone's got the flux capacitor.
What are we going to do? We can still figure out the percentage in the year, and I did not take the time to do that. So
that's all right.
We'll get people in chat. If you're already in and you know what we're talking about with the flux capacitor, figure out how much capacitance is left in the year and put it in the chat. I think that would be great. We got to figure that out. Last week it was 46%, so we know it's less than that, right? So, all right. Anyway, enough with those shenanigans. Let's get this day started, man. We got a special guest today. We have Mr. Brett Reichel. I had to write that down to pronounce it. Brett Reichel's with us. He's with Community Wholesale Lending. They've got a really cool down payment assistance program that he wants to talk about today. I'm a big fan of the down payment assistance. What about you guys? You guys are big. The flux capacitors in the Krista Russo pulled it out. I can't believe it. This is great. Flux capacitors in. All right. Someone, 46% per chat GPT. Diane Joaquin. Diane, that's what it was last week. So it can't be the same. I'm confident it was 46.
45.4.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that. We got to figure out. So,
right. Yeah.
Anyway, for chat lied. LOL. Yeah. So it's around there. Okay, it's like 45% left in the year. So Brett, there's only like 45% of the year left.
Oh,
what are your thoughts on that?
45 point. That's plenty a year, though. That's plenty of year.
Good attitude. Good attitude. Give Brett. Let's give Brett a cheer. Yeah. That does mean there's still time.
Yeah.
Right. The thing that I brought up last time though but you got to kind of throw out November, December a little bit there. You know what I mean?
December's always a big month, man. December,
is it?
Oh yeah, for us.
Everybody jamming in before the end of the year, basically.
Everybody's trying to get in before the end of the year. I think, it's time to run. I think November slows a little bit, but December tends to be a bang up.
Yeah. In Florida, if you close in December, before December 31st, you can claim homestead. So
Homestead exemption.
So that's usually a big month. And
so it's the mad dash. Yeah.
Just touch on your, do you believe in DAP or do you like DAP? I had such a negative attitude toward it here in Connecticut because I just hate the idea of free money. And that's that's just, the way our program works here in Connecticut. They were literally giving out $25,000 and $50,000 free. So I know this program is different, but we have been able to help so far this year close to 20 families to get in homes that they would not have gotten in.
There you go.
So we have when you see tears at a closing table, it tends to soften your heart a little bit.
Yeah, indeed.
I probably need it.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, it looks like Diane Joaquin. Yeah, it's 45.9. That's the percentage of the year that we have left. So, again, as we always do on Flux Capacitor Wednesday, how you guys feeling about yourselves right now? Are you ahead of schedule, at par, or still a little behind? Put that in the chat. No judgment here, of course. But are you ahead, at par, or a little behind? Just curious to see about that.
And if ahead, I love that. Yeah. Brad's a little behind. Par, a little behind.
I muted you, Frank. You're muted.
Jen muted Frank.
She has got the trigger finger on the mute like I do on the sad trombone, man. It's like there is no escaping that.
Listen,
Steve, I was going to ask you. It's fine. Thank you, Jen. Steve, for those who are feeling a little behind, right? What do you got coming up? That can help them out.
You know what we're doing today? We're going to do in a master class. I'm doing these once a month. And today I'm going to talk about, I don't know about anybody. Has anybody ever lost to a rate shopper? Like you go under contract, you call the client, say, hey, her great job. Congratulations. Go ahead and send me over that contract. And then Frank, they say, hey, Steve, I will. But before I do that, I'm going to have to shop around. You understand right?
Yeah, you understand.
What do you do? What do you do with the rate shopper? What do you do with someone who says, "Hey, I'd love to work with you, but your rate sounds high," or we were losing, and so I used to track this data and still do very, very diligently. And man, we were losing 3 to 4 contracts out of 10 to rate shoppers, to people that weren't committed to the process. And then we added a really simple process and then a script to help convert those rate shoppers. And we went from 64% to 94% going all the way through to closing. And so today in the masterclass, what I want to really do is help you build a framework to ask for commitment and stop losing to rate shoppers. Jen's going to drop in the chat where it's going to be at, but register. And I think it's is it 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central?
It is at noon.
Okay, noon.
Eastern?
Noon Eastern, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So then it'll be at 11 a.m. Central, our time. But yes, so let's do it if you're interested, if that's something that you'd love to stop.
So, Steve, is this open to anybody, freebie?
It is, for sure.
Okay, so
no cost, no charge. It's just a masterclass we're doing. And then, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about coaching and how coaching can help.
Okay, so that's stevesmasterclass.com. The link is in the chat. Jen dropped it in there again. It's a freebie. Why not? If you're a little behind, why not? Right? Even if you're ahead.
Well, if you're tired of losing to, like here's the biggest thing is most people just don't know what to say. And if you knew a couple of things to say and a couple of little pieces of structure you put in to gain commitment, that's the difference maker. So it's not personality based, it's process. And I'm going to walk you through a process. So 1 hour class.
Cool. 1 hour class. All right. Excellent. stevesmasterclass.com. Okay. Before we getting into the meat and potatoes with Brett, right, and what he's got going on, I was hoping we could still kind of just poke around and just see, what's going on. I'm going to say, Krista, you pick somebody.
Yeah.
Pick somebody to share. Yeah.
I'm going to pick Sarah Beers.
Oh, we haven't talked to Sarah Beers in a while. Where you at? Say hi.
Good morning, you all. Hi.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Yeah, here in sunny Florida, it's a gorgeous day. Don't mean to brag, but it's just beautiful outside. And I'm here with you all this morning having my coffee. So I'm a happy camper. Yeah.
Nice. So how's it going? You got a win recently? Something you can share with us? You're like, man, this was cool.
Yeah, so I've been working with this client for about a year and she's just been kind of on again, off again. And the other night I just kind of been following up with her. I've been using your plan. I've been following along and I've really been doing, I'm getting traction and it's really exciting. This woman out of the blue, she just texted me the other night. She's like, "Hey, how about we do this? Here, let me just drop this little nugget." She's like, "I want to get a house, 300,000. Let me buy it for mom. I'm still going to rent and we'll talk to you again in another 6 months so we can buy for ourselves." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fun. No problem. Here you go. Here's the app." So it was nice. It's just been fun. Yeah.
So that's been a year in the making?
A year in the making. And all of a sudden she was just like, "Here you go." I texted her for the 4th of July. I was like, "Hey, just wanted to follow up with you, see what was going on." Dropped her a call the week after that, just put her in my little rotation. And all of a sudden it was like, "Here you go, a little manna from heaven." So I was happy about it. Yeah, I've been working on your plan for about 60 days now, and I'm starting to see more traction. Last month I got 1, which I was like, okay, this month I've got 3 in the works, and next month I'm working on 3 or 4 so far. So I'm like, it's working. I'm excited.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm getting there.
You're doing great. It only works all the time.
All the time. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
That's true. You got a t-shirt, right? All right, I gave you a breakfast.
Not yet. No, I would love one.
You do now, sister. Congratulations on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt. Wow, you think things are doing good now. Wait till this kicks in.
Oh,
Steve, tell her some of the benefits.
It doubles your pipeline. I mean, go for it. Tell her everything.
Yeah, well, increased pipeline, increased FICO scores, lower DTIs, more cash reserves on your borrowers. It's just going to be remarkable.
Now? Why did I have to wait until now?
I don't know.
Before I should have just asked. That's all.
You should have just asked. Yeah, you should have just asked. Yeah, not to mention the health benefits, all the other things that come along with having the t-shirt. I tell you, but the biggest problem is the increased popularity. That's the tough one, man. You're going to start getting stopped on the street. People are going to want to talk to you, get pictures. It's
I'm
kind of a curse,
excited.
but you'll
I'm
learn to live with
excited.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
learn to live with it. All right. Well, great stuff. Congrats on the
Congrats,
success.
Sarah.
Good thing to keep in mind though is that was a year in the making, and just staying in touch. That a lot of people slip through the cracks on us, don't they, Steve? When it comes to not having that consistent follow up. If they don't convert right now, we kind of lose track. I'm guilty of that. But man, if we've got a system in place where we can make sure we're staying in touch with those people, they convert down the road. They really do. So
Yeah, they do. That's great.
if you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. Before we move on to Brett, Kevin Gillespie, just any thoughts? We love your words of wisdom and your personality and your cunning good looks. That's, we just want to enjoy that a little bit before we move on to Brett. So what do you got, man?
Thank you. Hey, out of all our people in leadership, the managers and they're running teams, almost every one of them, not 100%, but a large percentage of them are having their best months they've had in years. And when we break it down, the loan officers are doing two things. They're going to a wider net using their CRM and connecting and doing classes a lot, and they're making calls. It's not like they're doing one or the other. You've got to combine them both. And I've got just a ton of folks that are up 25%.
Hey, you've got a call reluctance class coming up, right?
I talked to two people yesterday. They just had their best month they've had in 2 or 3 years.
You've got another call reluctance class coming up relatively soon, right?
And I'm if you'll be kind enough, I'd love to join you next week and talk about it.
Yeah, I think we got you on the schedule. So next week, we'll get into that. But that's amazing class. People get so much benefit out of it. All right. Well, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, brother. I think we're ready to chat with Brett real quick here. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Brett, just so we know who the guy is. This is Brett. Right. Yeah. Brett Reichel. Brett Reichel. How are you, Brett? How you doing, man?
Doing fantastic. Looks like everybody else is too today, so that's great.
Yeah, indeed. And Brett is out here in California with me. He's in Southern California, so he's on the the bad side of the tracks out there in California. I'm just kidding. But he's out here in California. So he's up bright and early for us. What's that? What's that?
I better lock my door if I'm on the bed.
All right. So Brett's so Brett, I won't spoil any of this. Community Wholesale Lending, right? So for the brokers, we can broker to you. For the bankers who still broker, they could broker to you, right? We wanted to get you on because we were chatting before, and you were talking about this really cool down payment assistance program you guys are offering, and everybody can use it. I mean, everybody needs DPA. I know we all, in most of our states, we can have kind of the state-driven DPA that's out there. A lot of those down payment assistance programs come with some restrictions, that make it a little tougher to qualify for them at times. But you've got a program that kind of kicks down those doors. So tell us a little bit about Community, about you, and then about this program that you got going on right now.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate the opportunity to chat a little bit about Community Wholesale and myself. I've been in the business about a long time. We'll just leave it at that. Lots of experience, worked a number of places, worked all up and down the West Coast. Community Wholesale is a boutique lender. We're headquartered in Rancho Cucamonga, California, which is kind of a crazy little town east of Los Angeles and west of Palm Springs, for those of you that don't know where we're at. What we have as our down payment assistance program, we're calling the Community Home 100. What's exciting about the Community Home 100 and what's gotten a lot of our clients excited is the flexibility of the program. Most of your down payment assistance programs have significant restrictions in a number of areas that make it tough to qualify a borrower. This particular program, my favorite, I have about 5 favorite things for this program. Number one is this is a lender paid comp program. In California, we have what's called the Cal HAFA program, the Golden State Financial Program, a few others, where they offer down payment assistance, but it's kind of like they take half the down payment assistance back to pay the mortgage lender. So, hey, we'll give you 5%, but we want 2% back to pay the mortgage lender. We don't do that. We'll pay you through lender paid comp. And the borrower literally, on a $500,000 transaction would probably save $10,000 at closing, which is significant, I would say. I think that's a pretty good amount. And that's been one of probably the biggest driver of business to this program is the down payment assistance is actually assistance. It alleviates that big issue. Most of my career, I have felt the biggest issue in preventing people from buying a house is accumulating their down payment. So this can really help people achieve that particular part of the puzzle.
Yeah, before we move off of that is such a good point, man. Yeah, a lot of the DPA that's out there, you can't do lender paid. They got to come up with it, and so it's kind of defeating the purpose a little bit. So good one, man. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a fantastic part. Another fantastic part of the program is, a lot of down payment assistance programs have significant income restrictions. So this particular program has no income restrictions. So if you're looking at, your typical borrower who has some kind of obsession that they spend a lot of money on, perhaps they've got a big watch collection or some fancy handbags or, an expensive sports car or truck or something along those lines. This program allows people who make a significant income but have not gotten their down payment together to buy a house. You don't have the 80% of AMI or the AMI or whatever restriction is holding people back from buying. So that's been a big benefit as well. The program allows for a duplex to be purchased under it. So somebody can start creating their real estate empire. If they are a first-time home buyer and they want to create their empire, they can get that duplex, live in it for a little while, and then flip it to a rental and move on to their next property. Program does not restrict non-occupant co-borrowers. So there's more ways to help people qualify. If you live in an expensive market like I do, for example, it can be very beneficial to have that option for a non-occupant co-borrower. Let's see here. What else is fantastic about the program? Drawing a blank real quick. But
how about FICO?
Oh yeah. That's a minor detail, right? FICO?
Minor detail, yeah. How's that?
Yeah, minor detail. So many of the down payment assistance programs have restrictions on FICO down to, say, like 660 or something like that. This program has a minimum FICO of 600.
Yeah.
So that is a significant benefit of the program. We have a lot of people at 620, 630, 640 managing to achieve home ownership.
Hey,
the other advantage
that came in are what states is it offered in? Is it nationwide?
It is a nationwide program. We are currently approved to lend in 19 states. So
okay. Hey, is there a max DTI? And I'm just looking at some of the questions that are coming in as well.
The max DTI in the program is whatever DU or LPA will approve. So we're finding that's 56.9. It's an FHA-based program, so 56.9.
Wow.
Another advantage of the program is it's all underwritten to FHA guidelines. There's very few overlays, if any. The 600 minimum FICO is one, for example. And it's all underwritten in our offices. We don't have to send it to a government agency to be underwritten. So see, I use that boogie word, but government agency. Excellent question, Christine. Excellent question. So we have a forgivable option of 3.5%. It is we have two options there's three options. Forgivable is one, 3.5%. We have a 3.5% loan and a 5% loan. The 5% loan, the additional 1.5 can use to cover the closing costs. The expense of the loan is the 3.5% loan is the cheapest in rate. The 5% is the next most expensive, and the forgivable is a little bit more expensive.
So a bunch of options. I just want to get the link. There's a lot of questions, and I just want you to know, guys, there's a link that we're going to give you right now. It's Jen, drop it in there. It's dpa100.com, dpa100.com. If it's in the chat right now, if you click that, Just put in your information, click go, and Brett's team will get you all the information back on this product, engage with you, work with you directly, seeing if you've got any deals that could fit. That kind of a thing. So I just wanted to get that into the chat real quick. And if you're listening on the podcast and you're listening on Spotify or something like that, dpa100.com. dpa100.com is what you want to go to. Again, just who are you? Push go, and there's some bullet points there on the landing page as well. Some bullet points. Push go. Brett and his team will reach out to you, try and get you going on this product. Is there any other questions that we might have? That we need to address in here, or does anybody want to raise their hand and just ask Brett a question?
Any difference between your program and Essex?
Hey, Vince, your program is new?
What's that?
I didn't hear the second part.
The second part was, is there any difference between your program and the Essex program?
Essex.
Yes.
I'm not super familiar with Essex, so I don't know. I focus mainly on our products, but I would put it up against most. It's a very competitive product. It may not be the perfect product for everybody, but it's an excellent tool to have in your toolbox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Joanne Johansson.
Do you do we do the you do the first mortgage and the second as the DAP?
That is correct. Yes.
Hey, and Frank, and I think this is where, I'm looking, I went to the landing page. I think where you would really, this comes in handy is if they're not first time home buyers, there's no restriction. And if your credit score is down to 600, that's kind of some of the boxes that most of them stop at. And this is a great solution for that.
Yeah. And the lender paid comp.
That's a big deal.
That's massive. Yeah. It's a really cool program. Yeah. It's definitely worth exploring, I would say.
This is a great product. So, man.
Yeah. It's definitely worth looking into. Yeah. Good stuff. So how people are asking pricing on this? Is it big add-ons for it?
It's a little more expensive, and there's no way around it. I compare it oftentimes here in California to the CalHAFA program. I don't know if we have very many California folks here, but it's a little bit higher in rate. As Joanne mentioned earlier, she doesn't free money.
Well, they all are
free money. So
all of them are.
And that's the trade.
It's a little bit.
The other advantage to this one, though, too, I think, is that it'll go by the automated findings. So, if you get an approve eligible, you got an approve eligible. You're going for it. They don't have the DTI overlay, which could hold it back too. I just think it's a really cool program. That's why I want to get Brett on here. It's got a lot of boxes that don't typically get checked by a lot of the other down payment assistance programs that are out there. And
if you got a refer, do you have a refer eligible? If you get a refer eligible, what's the what credit score do you need for a manual underwrite?
660. So on a manual, it's 660.
Okay.
DPA100.com. It's in the chat. DPA100.com. Fred Curry, go.
On the on the forgivable, how many months until it's forgiven?
120, 10 years.
Hey, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube, you can catch our live shows. The live shows are really cool because there's oftentimes downloads and giveaways. It's really, really fun. To subscribe, you simply go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. That's loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. Subscribe and join us on our live shows. They're 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Hope to see you there. Cool.
Great solution.
Cool.
Yeah. It's just another tool in your tool belt. And that's what you're looking for when you get that question. And, most other down payment assistance programs, you just doesn't quite qualify. It's a great solution. Brett, thank you, man. We're glad to have you here.
Yeah, man, for sure. And just tell us a little bit more about Community. So you called yourself, what'd you call yourself, a boutique or a lender?
Boutique. Yeah.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
It means we're not as big as some of the others. So the beauty of Community Wholesale is where I sit in the office. When I go into the office, I sit 10 feet from or 20 feet from our chief underwriter. I sit 30 feet from our chief closer. the closing department, CEO's 30 feet away, CFO's 30 feet away. So, the cool thing about us is we can be responsive, we can make quick decisions, we can get to the bottom line of things much quicker. So I've been, my last company was one of the biggest companies in the country, and it was sometimes difficult to get through all the layers. I don't have those layers. There's one layer between me and the CEO at our company, so I really like that. A lot of your recruiters talk about flat layers. Our company is very flat, so.
Nice. That's really beneficial from a originator perspective too. When we're just trying to get some help, we can get to people.
It's beautiful. It's like if we have a file and it gets approved, or, God forbid something else happens, but you're going to get a call from the underwriter. It's going to say, "Hey, Frank, this is what's going on. This is what I like about this file. Could you help me with this condition?" And that's kind of old school in that respect. And it's my preference compared to there's a lot of benefit to uh offshoring things or to AI or whatever, but losing that personal touch, it can be real damaging to your file. So we still have the personal touch on the file.
Cool. Good stuff. Kelly Grant, what you got?
The question is for community lending. Do you have to get added to the company that you're working with? Like, if, for instance, if it were my company, we have a products team that adds all of our DPAs and bond products, grants, things like that, have to get approved. Do you go through the same process with each company?
Yes, we
Each
do.
lender? Okay. How long does that
Yep.
process normally take between you and the lender?
Our end of the process is very quick. We'll have you approved in a day or two. It all depends on how long it takes your company to complete the paperwork, which is pretty standard for the industry. So our paperwork's not that complex. So
Okay, so if I were to say, you said you didn't know much about Essex, but it does sound very Essex-esque besides being in 19 out of the 50. Essex is in 48 out of the 50 states between the 3.5% and 5% program that's forgivable and non-forgivable. So I close probably 95% of my loans under Essex right now. But if there is a company interested in adding community lending, is there something different between the two that I would go to my products team to say that community lending is offering?
probably the biggest difference, our program, the biggest parallel to draw, not being super familiar with Essex, is the Chenoa program. Our program is basically Chenoa with a better interest rate. So, the beauty of the old Chenoa program is it was very flexible on the credit side of things. So ours is very flexible on the credit side of things. And so that is the big advantage of our program. Plus community, you get what I was talking about earlier. You get the accessibility to our team. You get your accessibility to me. You get me to brainstorm with, and those are our biggest benefits.
I haven't found a love relationship yet with Chenoa because the pricing sucks royally, like starting off at 96% on our pricing and 98% on the ones that are forgivable. Like, it's just horrible. It takes up the percentage of what we're trying to help the client with and leaves them like $3,000. It's terrible. So I don't ever offer that. But if there's something out there that is like a Chenoa but has better pricing, then it might be worth presenting to our products team. But that's just being real honest. I have not closed one Essex yet, and I've turned to my colleagues that close a lot of DPAs. I wear a crown as a DPA queen in my company. I'm not scared of them. I layer them, I stack them, I don't care. And I'll do them in all the states that are offered. I'm not just tied to North Carolina at all. So I'm just trying to figure out if there is something better than Chenoa, because it's just not a good program to me.
Kelly, I would just go to dpa100.com. And for anybody else who's got deeper questions, go there, fill out the form, right? It's just name, phone number, email, push go, and let the team reach out to you and explore all that in more detail. Probably don't have all the time to explore it here. We're at the top of the hour. But great stuff, great questions. And that's what I'm encouraging everybody else to do. We had somebody asking, Robert say, Brett, do you work with brokers? Yes, that's what they do. They're a wholesale company. Brokers get approved with them, and they have a bunch of product. This just happens to be one of them that we thought was a good standout product for them. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, do you offer delegated underwriting?
Yeah, so we don't offer it on this brand, but we do offer delegated underwriting our a lot of our products.
Gotcha. You're breaking up a little bit, but we got you. Not on this particular product, but on other things across the board, you offer delegated. All right. Let's see. Well, I think we're at the top of the hour, and I think it's pretty much time for us to wrap this thing up. I just want to say thanks, Brett, for being here, man. Really appreciate you. We'll have you back again, with other stuff that you guys have to offer. I think it'd be great to hear from you again. And guys, just check it out. Learn more about this product. It could be the thing that helps you right away. DPA100.com. Go to DPA100.com. Put in your information, hit go. Get information back, and the team will reach out to you and help you out with that. So good enough, Brett?
Sounds good.
To go? Okay, cool, man.
Yep.
All right. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much. Once again, a big cheer to Brett. Community Wholesale Lending, DPA100.com. All right. So before we get out of here, today is Wednesday. So who's going to tell us what we do on a Wednesday? I'm going to pick on Deanna Schwarz. What do we do on Wednesday? Come on. You got this. Unmute.
I knew you were going to ask me. So today we call our database and we ask them how they're doing, how they've been, and then we ask them if there are any friends, family, or coworkers that they know that might be looking to purchase or refinance their house.
Wonderful. It's great.
Yep.
Yep, that's what we do. Give them a call, little thing. Hey, just want to say thanks for doing business. Hey, how's it going? Hey, don't forget, if you happen to know any friends, family, coworkers can buy, sell, or refi, start a 3-way text with me. I'd love to help them out. Good stuff. Love it. All right, who's in today? Who's in? Who's going to make the calls? Who's in? Yeah, I'm in. All right, you guys have a great one, man. Thanks to Brett for showing up from the community. Appreciate that. Guys, DPA100.com. Get some more information. And we'll catch up with you guys here tomorrow. Loan Officer Breakfast Club with Owen Lee. All right, see you guys. Adios.
Everybody, have a good day.